yes, of course, you're quite welcome to join me, Mother. And I know you're the last person to intrude, Mother, but Clare.
Morning, Mummy.
Goodness, you look in need of an emergency transfusion of coffee. Am I to gather that Julian is no longer the blue-eyed boy?
Oh, no, that's fine. Oh, he's so dishy. I wonder if he knows how dishy he is.
Given the fact that he's a man, I'd say probably yes. So, what's the problem?
Well, there isn't really a problem. I mean, there's nothing at all wrong with Julian, except that he's got...
Got what? What? Oh, come on, Clare, what is this dreadful thing that Julian's got?
Parents.
Oh, yes, well, happens to the best of us, I'm afraid.
You know, I went to dinner with his parents yesterday evening.
Don't make it sound much fun. Were they amazingly dreadful?
No, much worse than that.
What?
Amazingly clever.
Oh, dear.
I mean, honestly, the conversation at dinner, I felt as if I'd switched on to the Open University by mistake.
What did you talk about?
What did they talk about? Oh, Verdi, Prunella and Schopenhauer.
Gosh.
And that was just with a whole food pâté.
Whole food?
Oh, yes. His parents won't have anything else in the house. I'd never even heard of Schopenhauer. What was he?
Philosopher.
Well known?
To other philosophers.
Ah, well, no wonder I hadn't heard of him then. Oh, honestly, Julian's parents hardly said a single sentence that didn't have a quotation or a foreign word in it. I mean, do you know what a Weltanschauung is?
I think it's a sort of world-view philosophy of life.
Ah, well, apparently Schopenhauer's was irredeemably pessimistic.
And so is yours now, I gather.
It's just Julian's so bright. I mean, having grown up in that kind of intellectual atmosphere, what on earth is he going to see in me?
Clare, probably the very reason Julian likes you is that you're different.
Thick, you mean?
No, I just mean that you must come as a refreshing change.
You do mean thick. Perhaps Julian sees me as a bit of intellectual rough trade.
So basically what Clare wants is a reading list.
I suppose so, Russell, yes.
Admirable. This thirst for knowledge.
Oh, yes, still admirable, whatever the motive. Hey, look what we've got here.
Oh, terrific. Hundreds of them. These could make some little boy very happy.
Yes. Could make Brigadier General Sir Hartley Wetherington Bude very happy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, Russell. He's always asking us to look out for comics. He'll give us a good price.
Oh, yeah.
What's the problem?
I don't know. I suppose it's simply that I know the Brigadier only buys comics as an investment. He just wraps them carefully in cellophane. He never reads them.
So? Can't afford to be sentimental in business, Russell.
Nope.
So, shall I ring him?
No. No. I will, later. What is it that Clare wants to learn about in particular?
Everything. But I think what she'd really like to crack is Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer? Never one for the nursery slopes, your daughter?
No. How are we off for Schopenhauer at the moment?
Well, I dare say we've got something in the philosophy section.
Would that be philosophy for philosophers or philosophy with a practical application?
Oh, philosophy for philosophers. I'm afraid the other category was a bit of a mistake.
Yes, it was a bit, wasn't it?
Anyway, Clare's welcome to anything you can find.
Thanks, Russell.
No problem. I mean, think how often we get anyone coming in here asking for something about Schopenhauer.
Come to that, think how often we get...
You weren't about to say, come to that, think how often we get anyone coming in here and asking for anything, were you, Sarah?
Well, Oh, no.
Meaning, well, yes.
Well, yes, actually.
Mummy, you don't think those flowers need a bit more greenery?
No, Clare, love, they're fine.
A bit less greenery, I'd say. Really, Clare, that lot just looks as if a bit of the garden had been lifted up bodily and dumped in your sitting room.
That's how Clare wants it to look, Mother.
Well, it's wrong. Indoors, flowers should look neat and smart. We don't want them looking natural.
Look, Granny, I'll have my own flowers in my own flat as I want them.
I'm sure you will, dear, but you'll still be wrong.
Mummy, did you remember to bring those cassettes?
Ah, I knew there was something. There.
Thanks.
What's this, Sarah? You've been borrowing some of Clare's music, some of those, what are they called? Slightly blue.
Simply red, Granny.
Oh, well, it's the same difference.
No, actually, Mother, Clare asked to borrow some of my tapes.
Some of your tapes. Vivaldi? Good heavens.
Have you had a chance to look at some of that stuff that Russell looked at for you, love?
A bit.
What stuff's this?
Just some books on Schopenhauer.
Oh. Oh, yes, of course.
Come off it, Granny. You don't even know who Schopenhauer is.
Don't be ridiculous, Clare. Of course I do.
Oh?
I just don't care for his music very much.
I see.
What on earth are you doing?
Clare, Julian's not going to mind you've kept all your Beryl the Peril annuals.
Yes, he is. His parents wouldn't let him have an annual in the house.
No, they wouldn't, would they? What time's he coming round?
You better go. He'll be here at 7:30.
Oh, just in time for EastEnders.
I don't think we'll be watching that, Granny.
Why ever not? You always watch EastEnders.
Yes, but not tonight, Granny. Now, come on, will you go?
Well, there's certainly nothing else worth watching on television tonight. Do you know, Sarah, practically the whole evening on Channel 4 is taken up with some great long thing called Ada.
Aida, Mother.
Oh, well, it's spelled Ada.
Aida, Mother, is an opera
Will
by...
you please go?
Oh, of course, Verdi, Clare. Were you thinking of watching Aida tonight by any chance?
Well, might. I'll see what Julian wants to do.
Really, Clare, don't rush so. It wouldn't be an absolute disaster if Julian found out you had a mother and a grandmother.
Yes, it would, Mother.
Anyone would think she was ashamed of us.
Exactly, Mother. Come on, Sarah, really.
Ah, Clare.
Won't you come through?
Fine, thank you.
Well, won't you come in?
Fine, thank you. Well,
Can I get you a drink?
fine, thank you.
Wine?
Fine.
Supper's all ready. We can eat when we like.
Oh, fine.
I've done a whole food quiche.
Ah,
Wine.
fine, thank you. Wine,
Fine. Thank you.
fine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, Julian, if there's something you'd like to watch on the television,
Oh, well.
Channel 4's got this film of Aida on.
Oh, have they?
You don't sound keen. Is it because you don't think opera works on television?
Oh, well, that's a point of view, certainly.
I mean, would your parents watch an opera on television?
No.
Oh.
But then they wouldn't watch anything on television. They won't have a television in the house.
More wine.
Fine.
Clare, I'd be delighted to invite Julian to dinner. I'd have suggested it myself, only I thought you might think I was muscling in.
I'd never think that.
What? But you... Oh, if you say so, Clare. I say, you're not asking me to invite his parents as well, are you?
No.
Thank goodness. I think I'll have to take a quick PhD before I meet them. But look, love, When he does come to dinner, do just be yourself. Don't try to impress him.
Well, who comes to dinner, dear?
Julian.
Oh, Julian coming to dinner? I look forward to that.
Granny,
Yes, Clare, dear.
I don't want you to be there.
I beg your pardon, dear.
You heard what I said.
Well, I heard something. I don't think I heard it correctly, dear.
Yes, you did. I don't want you to come to dinner with us when Julian's here.
Why ever not, Clare? Are you afraid I'm going to let the side down?
Yes.
Clare, I know why you're worried. You're afraid I might be struck dumb if the conversation took an intellectual turn.
No, Granny, I'm afraid of the exact opposite.
Oh, thank you very much. I may say I'm very hurt, Clare.
Now, look, Mother, let's just let Julian get to know one member of the family at a time, shall we?
You mean break the bad news to him gently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Claire.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just that...
No, you don't have to say anything, Clare. If you're afraid I'm going to let the family image down, I can take a hint. I know when I'm not wanted.
Mother!
Wasn't it Tennyson who said, "How sharper than the serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child"?
No, actually, Mother, it was Shakespeare.
Oh, well, it's the same difference.
So Eleanor won't be there on Thursday.
Ah, well, yes, I'm afraid she will, actually. No, I told Claire she really was being a bit rotten to the old bat, and she really should invite her. Claire's agreed on certain conditions.
Which are?
One, on pain of death, Mother is forbidden to make any reference to Claire's childhood. And two, she is only allowed to speak about those subjects she knows about.
Do you think she'll keep to those conditions?
Well, I think she might manage to keep to the first, but restricting her conversation to subjects she knows about, well, two problems there. One, it'd be breaking the habits of a lifetime, and two, Mother thinks she knows everything about everything anyway.
Bygone books. Ah, hello, Brigadier General. Yes, of course. No, I hadn't forgotten. Yes, Dandy, Beano, any of those. Sure. No, I'm sorry, nothing at the moment. Yeah, I'll let you know the minute anything comes in. Of course. Goodbye.
Nothing at the moment? We got stacks of them in the stockroom.
Yes, well,
You great big softy.
it's not that. Look, I just... Could you get these into the post? I do want them to catch the 5:30.
Yes, of course, Russell. Certainly, Russell. See you, Russell. Bye.
Good afternoon.
Eleanor, hello. I'm afraid you've just missed Sarah.
Yes, I know. It's you I wanted to see, Russell.
Oh.
I wanted some books.
Ah, well, you've come to the right place. Though I'm not sure we've got any Jackie Collins left. I think you've read them all.
Oh, I don't want that sort of book, Russell. I was looking for something rather more intellectual.
Oh, really?
I wonder, do you by any chance have a dictionary of quotations?
Certainly. Got plenty. Let's see. This one's pretty ancient, but it'll have all the familiar stuff.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
And was there anything else?
Well, there are so many subjects I'm interested in, so many subjects. I mean, just taking a random example out of the blue, do you by any chance have anything on Schopenhauer?
Schopenhauer? I'm not sure. We've actually had a bit of a run on Schopenhauer recently. Let's see. Yes, there we are.
The Wisdom of Life. Counsels and Maxims. Studies in Pessimism. Oh, thank you, Russell.
There.
Thank you.
Well, cheers. Very good to see you, Julian.
Cheers.
Do you know
My
what I
mother
was
said... I was going to say, my mother will be up to join us shortly.
Ah,
Clare's grandmother.
yes.
She lives in the basement.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And with Clare in the top flat, I always say our household's a bit like a sandwich.
Oh, yes.
With me as the fish paste in between.
Ah.
Well, that's what I always say.
Yes.
Ah, Mother, do come in.
Thank you, Sarah, dear.
Come and meet Julian.
I'd love to.
Julian, this is my mother, Mrs. Prescott.
How do you do, Mrs. Prescott?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, Mother, sorry, a drink. Let me get you a drink. And do sit down, for heaven's sake.
Thank you, Sarah, dear.
There.
Thank you. Oh, for a beaker full of the warm sun, full of the true, the blushful hippocrene, with beaded bubbles winking at the brim and purple stained mouth.
What?
Keats always has just the right words for every occasion. Don't you find, Julian?
Granny.
Mother, are you all right?
Yes, dear, perfectly healthy and happy. Good. Though, of course, happiness of any given life is to be measured not by its joys and pleasures, but by the extent to which it has been free from suffering, from positive evil.
Oh, really? No, Mother, I'm afraid I don't know who said that.
Oh, I'm surprised, dear. Particularly as it's so typical of his irredeemably pessimistic Weltanschauung.
Oh, is it?
It's Schopenhauer, isn't it, Granny?
Couldn't really be anyone else, could it?
No. No, I don't think anybody else had quite such a bleak view of the cosmic will.
Though don't let us forget, Clare, that he does acknowledge the influence of Kant and Plato.
Oh, of course. And he does support the practice of ascetic mysticism.
Oh, certainly. And we mustn't forget his belief in the principle of individuation. Tell me, Julian, where do you stand on Schopenhauer?
Well,
Let me top up your glasses, everyone. Oh, well, I'll have one anyway.
So the dinner party was not a great success.
Oh, Russell, it was frightful. Apart from anything else, against my better judgment, I let Clare persuade me into serving whole food. So the entire meal was chock full of fibre and the colour of manure. I had to keep looking to check I wasn't eating my table mat.
Dear.
I just hope Clare hasn't screwed things up. I mean, there's something potentially really good going on between her and Julian, but after last night, I wouldn't blame him if he never got in touch with her again. That's it, no more space.
Oh, don't forget Dandy and Beano. We've got to make room for these.
Brigadier General Sir Hartley Wetherington Bude has got plenty of space for them. Acres of glass-top display cases.
Yes, but all books, even comics, should give pleasure as things to read, not as museum exhibits. I mean, I'd much rather these things went to some small boy who'd appreciate them.
I agree, Russell, but in the hard world of commerce...
I know. Ah, a customer. Don't worry, Sarah. My fortunes are about to change. This is the one who is going to buy up my entire stock.
Oh, yes. Mother's going to win Mastermind.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes. I wondered, do you have anything on Schopenhauer?
Schopenhauer? Good heavens. No, I'm afraid I am fresh out of Schopenhauer.
Oh, dear.
Sounds rather important. Is it for an exam?
No, it's... Well, it's a girl.
Oh.
The fact is, there's this girl I really fancy, and I mean really. But she's so intellectual, I'm just out of my depth. So I thought that, well, if I brushed up on a few things...
Like Schopenhauer?
Like Schopenhauer, well, I might stand more of a chance with her.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help overhearing.
Sarah, I didn't realise you worked here.
Russell, this is Julian.
Yes, I was rather beginning to think it must be. Well, I'd better be getting on with the stockroom, if you'll excuse me.
Julian.
Thank you very much for yesterday, Sarah. It was a splendid evening.
Liar.
Beg your pardon?
It was a dreadful evening. You were completely excluded from the conversation.
Well, a bit. Quite honestly, the way Clare and your mother were going on, I didn't feel I had much to contribute.
Oh, Julian. You and Clare are so alike.
What?
You're both so afraid you don't trust yourselves. Do you really think you haven't got a chance with her?
Yes. She's so much cleverer than I am.
But, Julian, that's exactly what she says about you.
That I'm cleverer than she is? Good heavens. Well, are you saying that she's actually in favour of our relationship going on?
Yes. Well, a bit in favour. Probably only about 3,000,000%, but yes.
Oh, well, thank goodness. But where did she get the idea that I was intellectual?
From meeting your parents.
My parents?
Yes.
But that's ridiculous. I mean, why should they have any effect on me?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, no one wants to end up like their parents, do they?
No, Julian, I suppose you're right. Could have a point there.
Oh, hi. Do you know, Clare, love, it's the nicest present anyone's ever given me. Thank you.
But didn't you have any comics when you were a child?
No, well, my parents...
Wouldn't let you have them in the house.
Exactly.
Oh, you poor, deprived baby.
I'm not so deprived now.
No.
Oh, good heavens, it's time.
Oh, is it?
Ah, this is the perfect way to spend an evening. Got junk to eat, junk to read, and junk to watch. Isn't that heaven?
Yes, Julian. Heaven.